JoJo? You hear their producer? Finally,
yeah,
I guess.
I hit him.
Yeah, who does he think he is saying that the light of the 7 isn't juicy? Does he even have the right? Does he have the right?
I thought only Hoovy had the right for the juicy seal of approval. You know what I'm saying? I respect Konnan's opinion too, but you know,
well, Konnan was
they
like,
gotta get their 2 cents.
Did you hear that bullshit? Did you hear that bullshit?
No, I heard it, but the producer's got to be a producer, and at the end of the day, until they actually listen to the whole song, they got to listen to the whole song. That's the problem.
I sent the whole
right.
No, I sent the whole
and
song.
They listen to like what, a minute? That's not the whole song. So that's the producer's problem.
That's JoJo's fault, and I want to let both of you guys know, because I've talked to both of you about this. I have personally sent a letter into the Keepin' It 100 show. Now, Mack actually sent his song in to get played for the next Juicy. Yeah, Mack. Now, Mack is getting in on it.
Yeah.
He sent something, Haymaker, which is still in the tournament on our other show, by the way.
Nice.
We'll catch out to Barbarians, Long Islander tomorrow night. Just a little plug. But, yeah, so Mack sent his song in, but I don't, Mack, I hope you didn't tell them that you were my boy, because I sent these bastards a letter letting them know how I feel.
Shots fired.
Fucked up.
That's right.
That fucked up my chances, bro, because I definitely said,
oh, no.
I'm Nicky Scarz, homie.
Oh,
you done fucked it up, dog.
First off, I'm known as Doc Lesnar's homie, which they call Doug Larson. Yeah, so I'm already a friend of a friend who they make fun of. So I'm fine with that. I even said in the letter that I'm Doug Larson's boy. Really, it's Doc Lesnar. But you know, Doc has already wrote a letter to them. He's already in his own little feud with I don't know if it's Konnan or if it's Disco. I think it's Konnan. Konnan didn't give it the juicy seal of approval. But now I can respect what Konnan said. If Konnan didn't like my music, I can respect that. But who the hell is JoJo? JoJo sounds JoJo to me. Like
the last JoJo I know of is that 15-year-old girl that likes to release pop music.
Oh, Lord, JoJo is the sexy ring announcer, though.
That's true.
It's not that JoJo, though. I can tell you that right now. This is
exactly.
This JoJo is the producer for their show, and he purposely said that he did not think that the light of the 7 was juicy, and I thought that, in saying Disco's words, was very disrespectful. He doesn't know good music. Now the Juice gave it the juicy seal of approval. If you heard at the beginning of the show, he said, okay,
yeah, no, definitely.
Now what they didn't realize was the beat was the Game of Thrones. It was the song on the Game of Thrones show. If you watch Game of Thrones, that is the actual instrumental that gets played. That wasn't alterated to be a hip hop beat. Nothing. It was just that, and that was on purpose. I did that on purpose. They weren't going to know that. So that's fine.
No, not at all.
They went, so I don't fault that. But
Nicky Scarz got that soundtrack music, man.
Yeah. It's like a movie, like Hoovy said. He said it's like a movie. You heard him say that. But, yeah, so I think that JoJo needs to stop being so JoJo, get off blow, and fucking listen to some real music, and fucking hear some fucking Nicky Scarz. You know, I'm gonna be sending another song later, and I hope I didn't screw it up for you, Mack, because that would be very, very disrespectful. And we're gonna play that song.
I mean, if they listen to the song, then hopefully they'll see that it's a good look for the show.
It's a hot track. So I think they will.
It is what it is.
I don't think they're not gonna listen to it, but I think JoJo is picking the fight with the wrong person by saying that the Nicky Scarz music is not juicy. I'm very, very offended. Very offended. It's disrespectful.
Plain and simple, man.
Disrespectful.
I'm going to steal one of Disco's ideas, which will be the first time anybody's stolen a Disco Inferno idea in the last 30 years. And that's saying the words very disrespectful, because I do think that's hilarious, and I will steal that. That's all right. And where was Disco?
How about this one?
Disco wasn't even on the... Disco, first off, the only reason why JoJo got to say in anything is the fact that Disco was probably at work at the strip club or something that day, and Disco wasn't around, so they had to bring someone else in. So JoJo finally got his chance to shine on the show.
Disco might have liked it.
Fucking sounding like a mockingbird and shit. I don't think it was very juicy.
It wasn't a good, I like the Game of Thrones tone, but I didn't know where it was going. I'm JoJo.
That's actually a very good impersonation. That was good.
Thank you. Appreciate that. I'm gonna make sure that I send this clip to this show to JoJo after they read my letter. They better read my letter tomorrow night on the show.
After they play Haymaker too.
Yeah, after they play Haymaker, and yeah, I know neither one of you. My name on this show right now is Herb, because I planned on submitting something, but y'all getting me in some stress now.
Right. Well, you know what? We're actually Doc Lesnar didn't even realize what happened, but I just happened to find Doc Lesnar from hearing the show. I didn't know Doc Lesnar before the Keepin' It 100 show, and I heard the song and I liked it. And I said, "Yeah, this guy, I'm gonna hit this guy up." I hit him up. I said, "Yo, I'm who I am," and I heard your song and I liked it, and we shot the shit for a while. He's actually getting ready to get married, believe it or not. His wedding, I think, is like this weekend. Yeah, I think his wedding's like this weekend. So he's not really in the loop right now because he's planning a wedding and he's having his I think he just had his bachelor party like this past week or something. I'm not sure how. I saw a status about it. But anyway, long story short, I talked to him and I had him in the tournament. He did end up getting bumped out in round 2 of the tournament. But the point of the matter is he had no idea that an artist would befriend him through the show, and then we would start sending our own music in, and hopefully, and then you got linked up, and now Easy's going to send him music in. Everybody's going to send music in, and I think they will play it because they're not scared to play. Some of the songs, and I said that in the letter. The second song in that group of 4 songs was the most terrible thing I've ever heard in my entire life. It really sounded like an alien took a shit on a fucking I don't know. I was going to say like a urinating baby or something, but I don't think that's really going to make sense of what I'm trying to say. Yeah, but it definitely sounded like you were farting on a snare drum or something. Like that was basically, that was what I got from the second song. So if they're going to play that, they should definitely Haymaker. And any song, if Easy wants to fart on a snare drum, I think they should just play that too because it's either that would sound better than what that second song they got played. All right. So.
Word.
Welcome to the show.
Welcome to the Mack game, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes. Welcome to the Mack game. So guys, I didn't know if Mack was going to be able to get on the show earlier because you wanted to do it later. I did tell Easy that I was thinking about doing a solo joint, and I said, you know what, Easy, if you want to call in, feel free and call in because he's an artist that's also in the tournament.
Okay.
And he's a big fan as well. Right.
Unbeknownst to me.
Yeah, I didn't tell anybody about nothing. I said, Easy, if you want to call in, go ahead and call in because I didn't think you were going to be on the show. And then you were like, well, I can call on the show. And I was like, all right, well, I mean, look, we'll all be able to talk this shit out. So I did not tell either of you that the other would be on, and I apologize for that.
No, it's all good.
Yeah, but, so I don't know. Fuck JoJo. That's all I can say. I don't know who you think he is talking about me and shit, but he should at least give it his... He knew
we should put it on wax, man. We should do a collab and just title it "Fuck JoJo."
Fuck JoJo, yeah, and then we'll send that into the fucking Juicy Seal Approved. Everybody will get on. We'll get Doc Lesnar even on there too.
We do it on the Juice Food beat too.
Yeah, we'll do it on the Juice. Yeah,
Yep, we'll do it. We'll do it on a Juice beat. That would be perfect.
Yo, we could probably find his old entrance music from freaking WCW and just throw some on top of that.
I'm sure we could.
That Hoovy or Konnan.
Yeah, but I like Hoovy. Hoovy talks good about my music. I don't want to, you know what?
Yeah, no, Hoovy's the man. No, that's why it'd be even funnier because we'll be throwing him mad support and mad love.
I would say
Konnan. I've been a fan of Konnan since the Wolfpack. You know what I'm saying? He always stood out to me. So
I've been a fan of Konnan since Max Moon, man. Max Moon.
You said that.
It's fun. I wanted to when I shared the clip, I wanted to be like former WCW, current TNA manager, and former WWE superstar, and I was just gonna put like Max Moon or something, just to have that WCW there. But then I was thinking, people will know who Konnan is. But I don't know, unless you're a true fan, you're gonna know.
Just the real geeks like me understand who Max Moon is.
Yeah, I know who Max Moon is. You know what I'm saying? I totally forgot about it until you just brought it up. But I'm sure he didn't. appreciate that time in his career.
Yo, you want to know something? He appreciated those paychecks, though. So I can't fault him for it.
Not too much. He went to WCW quick.
Yeah,
well, you know, Konnan was like the Hulk Hogan of Mexico for a long time.
Yeah, he was.
So I mean,
because I remember him having Mexican titles in WCW.
Yeah.
Before he really turned into Konnan. He was holding them AAA titles, and when he had the U.S. titles.
He is on TNA technically now.
Which
I never thought that would happen again. And he has his own promotion in Mexico called Crash. So and he does podcasts nonstop. I'm actually going to I think I'm going to become a Patreon member of the podcast because I mean I may as well support it, even though they got that Stunad JoJo on the show. I'll still support the show as a whole because I can respect the show. Even though Konnan wasn't necessarily the biggest fan either, I'm not going to hate on it. His main concern was the beat, and again, he didn't realize what and I did say in the letter, like, look, this is the reason why the beat didn't drop because, as a wrestling mark, I'm also a Game of Thrones mark, and I'm a hip hop mark. So if you put, I promote my Game of Thrones nerdiness through my hip hop nerdiness on the Nerdy Wrestling Show. So I can put all three. So why not?
Yeah. And it's plain and simple, man. You created a different type of art. It's not a typical hip hop song. So because everyone's waiting for that damn drop. Yeah, that is true. That is true. I've heard a bunch of your stuff, and I can definitely say that.
You know whose fault this is? It's JoJo's. This is JoJo's fault.
Yeah, it's JoJo's fault.
It's got all discombobulated.
Everything's JoJo's fucking fault.
Yeah, JoJo. Who do you think you are?
Fuck.
Not saying that the song juice. I'm right, it's juice. I'm sorry, I got mad at JoJo again. Where did they find this guy at? Where did JoJo even come from? Right? I mean, I listened to the Konnan show. First off, I was a fan of the Konnan show when he was with Court Bauer, who, by the way, I think JoJo and Court Bauer kind of sound close to each other. I think that's why Konnan got, because they sound close to each other. But I don't know. I'm sure he's a nice guy all in all. He just doesn't have a very good taste in music, JoJo does. That's
true.
He doesn't know music. All he knows is like, I don't know who's more pathetic, KG or JoJo, because I like KG, I did say that, but KG fucking carries the Insane Clown Posse's bags and Konnan's bags at the same time. And I don't know how he has time to do that. And I said that in the letter as well. I did mention that. I said, I don't know where he gets the right to carry both their bags. How does he know where he's going? I mean, what is his frequent flyer miles like? Because he's got to fly a lot of places to carry both their bags. That's like more. You think he's probably got more work than Chris Jericho if you really think about it. He's got the Insane Clown Posse and Konnan, and you really think about it, they're two completely different people. Like everything's different up in. Other than the fact they both work for WCW at the same time, but
that's true.